Welcome to Module 4, Unit 1 of Chromafor training course. The title of this module is Encouraging a Circular Economy Strategy in the Foundry Sector, and the title of this unit is Committing to Circular Innovation. Let's see together the main contents of this lecture. First of all, we will talk about ecological awareness through the emotional intelligence. Then we will discuss ecological awareness within the company. Then we will talk about sustainability in the workplace. Let's start with the first topic of this unit, ecological awareness through the emotional intelligence. What is ecological awareness? Ecological awareness is also called environmental awareness, and it arises to encompass the concerns that companies have regarding environmental problems. Environmental conscious companies operate with a triple bottom line: people, planet, and profit. So it means that environmental awareness is much more than not harming the environment. For companies that are truly green, environmental awareness is woven into every aspect of company identity. That is to say, every company should be aware, should understand the importance of including the driver of sustainability in their production model, because it's a source of gains in terms of environment and in terms of environmental protection and in terms of economic opportunities. Let's see together which are the European Union ecological awareness principles: protection, conservation, and improvement of ecosystems. Then we have soil conservation. Third, we have the respect of the landscape, and then bet on local producers. It is important so for companies to have in mind these principles because they are the drivers to build up a new business approach which is oriented to sustainability and to involve new solutions for economic processes and for the environment. Let's move to the second topic of this lesson, ecological awareness within the company. We have to answer to one question: how to promote ecological awareness within the company? The first step is to start with oneself. Become self-aware and introduce small acts that help the environment into our daily routines. The most powerful factor to transmit care for the environment is the example. Then the second step is raise awareness among employees through awareness campaigns. In fact, involving staff is very important to successfully become a green economy and a green company. This is why the respect for the environment must be part of the company's culture and philosophy. This is a very important point because the involvement of workers and all workforces is really important to make an environment that is really good to create innovation ideas, to change business process towards sustainability. Then the third step is to propose challenges, games, and workspaces of environmental values. That is really important because we have to carry out work practices of environmental value. So the way in which a workforce will be involved is really important. They have to be motivated to provide a contribution to this change. And of course, workspaces are a good way, but also challenges and games, to be part of a process, to be part of a project. Then we have the last step, which is to reward commitment. That is to say, companies have to encourage staff to take the initiative and be responsible in solving environmental problems. For example, you can reward the workers that are doing the best acts and actions in order to foster environmental solutions in the workplace. This is one example. That is to say that the involvement, the engagement is really a primary source to promote the change and so a business model oriented to environmental sustainability. Let's move to the other topic of this unit, sustainability in the workplace. This is a very strong and important topic to enforce, to implement in companies, because the experience told us that companies that have introduced sustainability in workplace are successful in their activity. We can recall you some successful experience, for example, of company Patagonia, of Nike, of Disney, and of Coca-Cola. They are all big companies that have enforced and involved labor forces into this process, and now the results are very important. So, for additional didactic material, have a look to the website of the project, www.chromafor.eu. This is the end of this Unit 1 of Module 4. Thank you for your attention.